Who has more at stake here when you look at these two quarterbacks, Dak Prescott or Patrick Mahomes?
I think it's my homeboy, right? Because, this was a team that we were talking about winning the entire thing, right? Remember the narrative in the offseason was that they could possibly go undefeated? Well, guess what? It's trouble in paradise, and they're trying to figure it out. And this will be a tremendous test, not for Patrick Mahomes, but for this Kansas City defense that's been barbecue chicken for the majority of the season. And they're going to be testing in ways that they haven't been tested by any other team because how uniquely built the Dallas Cowboys are. The ability to really beat you in one-on-one coverages with CeeDee Lamb, who I believe is the #1 receiver for that team now, but also in between those trenches. We're going to see if Chris Jones about that smoke. Melvin Ingram, that was a beautiful story last week. Let's see if he gets magged off. They better pray to God that Tyron Smith not back because it's going to be a long day, and they're going to be right back in trouble trying to figure out how do they get to the postseason.
Yeah, they got to figure out the defensive side on the Chiefs side. But, Diana, you spoke to defensive coordinators within the AFC West about the Chiefs. Had a spectacular performance last week.
Yeah.
What were they saying about this Chiefs offense?
Yeah, I think everyone's so excited. The Chiefs are back. Look, Patrick didn't lose it. Well, just talking to different DCs in the division, most are just pointing out that this offense is just taking what's given to them. They're not going for these high-risk plays as much. They're not throwing into cover two as we've seen Patrick do before. They're relying on the run game more. So I asked one defensive coordinator, would you say they're being conservative? He said, no, they're not being conservative. They're still letting Patrick be Patrick. They're just playing just with a little bit more smartness. They're taking care of the ball better. As for the defense, the storyline here, they haven't really made any opposing quarterback struggle, right? Jordan Love, Daniel Jones. Yeah. This is a huge test with Dak and all the weapons that they present. How are they going to stop these guys if they can't even stop the New York Giants?
Yeah, Lewis, it makes me wonder, what does this team have to do to stop Dak Prescott and that high-powered offense?
Yeah, that's a great question, right? I mean, when you look at Dallas and when you talk to Dallas, they know that they have a very much so strategic advantage against whatever defense they go against because they can basically sit and wait and see how you want to play them. So if you decide to stack the box because you want to make sure that Zeke and Tony Pollard don't get going, then they're just going to take advantage of the one-on-ones on the outside, and Dak's going to go to work. If you sit in a too-high structure and you have a light box, then they're going to say, well, now we're going to pound you. Now we're just going to run, look, Damian knows what this is. Now we're going to run those inside zones and run those duo blocks where we're going to just double team your D tackles and knock them 3 yards off the ball. And next thing you know, it's +5, +6, first down, +5, +7, first down. Then Zeke goes for maybe 10, 15, and then they hit you with Tony Pollard. It's a hell of a problem to have to deal with. And this is exactly what Kansas City has shown that they haven't been able to deal with yet. So for Kansas City, it's this. Which one do you want to stop first? And then do you have an answer for their counterpunch, which right now, when they're in the right groove, nobody has had an answer for their counterpunch.
So, Woody, do you think this is a game where Dak sort of proves, I am the top of this league. I am the elite of this league?
I mean, in my opinion, Dak is the MVP right now. Dak is the MVP of the league right now. He's playing better football than Patrick Mahomes. And when I look at both of these teams, I think it is imperative. I think it's more important for the Dallas Cowboys because the Dallas Cowboys are playing for something bigger. Not to say that the Kansas City Chiefs aren't. AFC is muddled right now. AFC West is muddled. Dallas Cowboys is playing for that #1 seed. #1 seed is big, and we know the Green Bay Packers is right there looming for that #1 seed as well. So I think Dallas Cowboys got to continue to keep pace in order to try to achieve that #1 seed because that's so big when it comes to the postseason.
Yeah, especially for this team. It's a chance for them to prove they are in that upper echelon of the NFC and can really make a run to the Super Bowl. And I've always said this. I feel like with Dallas, it is Super Bowl or bust. We talk about the playoffs, but it is Super Bowl or bust in some ways with this team.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus right now.